Well, good day, tubes. How's she hanging? Pretty good here. So we're going to do a little bit more work on this 2N, 9N, whatever it is. A little bit of everything, I think. We got a whole bunch of bits and pieces and stuff here we got to work on, get going. This is the main drive shaft here, we'll say. That needs to get cleaned up, and I'm going to put the original back in versus the Sherman back in, only because this Sherman needs a pile of work. It's really hard to find parts here for them. They're kind of rare nowadays, and she needs a pile of work, pile of bushings. It'll probably be a winter project, see if I can actually get parts, or I'm going to have to either make some, or I don't know. Unfortunately, we're going to lose our high range, but I was thinking about it, it's like, you know, how often am I really going to use that? Not too often. If you're pulling a trailer or something, you don't want to be going fast. The only thing that's really good for is going between farms kind of thing. If you're going from this farm up the road to this farm, slapper and high, away you go. But, you know, I don't really need that. So, but anyways, we got some work to do here. I have to locate somewhere. I have put my big socket set, my big ones, and that's what I'm going to use to punch a seal out of here, hopefully. Well, it may not fit down there. I might have to use something else. There's a big seal in here though I got to get out, because I got to replace that. It's all wrecked and torn and stuff. So, and then this is where it seals on here on this surface, so I got to make sure that's good and clean. This bearing, I know it doesn't look great, but I'm going to keep running it, I think, honestly. I really don't want to have to go through all the messing about to get that off of there, so it's a lot of work. And I'm just going to run with it, clean up this whole shaft. I think they're machining back then. This wasn't so important, I guess. I don't know if you can see it, but it's all rough and stuff. Like, listen, there's like a ridge there and a ridge there. When they machined it, I guess they just do it quick. But then they kept this one hopefully good. That should be about 39. What did I figure out? 39 and a bit millimeters, or 39 millimeter here is what the inside of this needs to be. So we got some work to do, but I got to figure out how I'm going to punch that seal out of there. Oh wait, what is he shooting at me? I've got, let's see here, something that's not going to mangle it all up too much. I mean, this might reach. That might get her. Yeah. It's kind of a real sharp point there. I don't really want to hammer it too hard, but I don't have a longer, chunkier punch here, so yeah, I'll have to use that one, I guess. We'll see if we can get her out here. I'm going to throw her on a tripod and we'll see if we can punch her out. Well, I should have, I think, enough room. Yeah. Should be alright. I'd like to get something a little beefier down there on that, but maybe what I'll try, going the other way with the punch. It's a little bit beefier that way. Keep her on there. Oh, it's not ready. No, that's gonna take a lot more work, I think, than that. It's in there good. How do you move it? Wow. Now I'm going to try this one. Did that get her? That got her. We have a seal punched out, so I got to try to source one of these. And it's pretty small seal. I can get them on Steiner and fix that forward, but I'm going to try maybe getting it locally here. Maybe. Now let's have a look at that. That almost looks like it was a felt. It's got a spring behind it, but it almost looks like it's where's my little screwdriver? It almost looks like it's like a material stuff in there. So that might be the original one in that thing. I wouldn't doubt that at all, so that's pretty good. And there's a little spring there to assist, I guess, to push down on that stuff, but the new ones will be way more better. I don't even know if I can get a number off it. Boy, it'd be neat to see if I can get a number off it. I see something right there, but I don't know. Oh, it is an original Ford too. Wow, I'll show you this in a sec here. I gotta get a bit of cleaner here. It's an original Ford seal. An original. Look at that. That is probably an antique. See if we can get you even to see this here. Where are you? Original Ford. Holy jeez, eh? Isn't that awesome? Well, I'm gonna maybe, I don't need it today, I guess. I got a lot of cleaning up to do on the shaft, and the bearings not bad. This all gets lubricated from the wet side of the transmission there. So this seal will seal here and keep it from coming through and then leaking out that tube and on into the inside of that case again. So this surface here has to be really clean. So I'm going to try to clean it up with just some, well, say dulled down emery paper. But that's, wow, an original Ford seal. ML, I don't know, there's something else here, but there's goop on it. That's pretty interesting though. MLP maybe? Huh. Well, I don't know. MLP. It says right there MLP. Wow. Wow. So yeah, that should be about 35 mil, I think, in there, and the whole thing should be. Ooh, let's go this way. The whole outside here should be 2 inch, yeah, and it's pretty skinny here, about a 1/4 inch thick, I guess. So, that's got to be pretty much that size. It's pretty small in there. I don't think it's going to hold much more of a longer seal than that, and this where it was sitting in there. So, but that'll probably take down and sandblast it, paint it on the outside. This surface here has to be fairly clean too. That's where the throwout bearing runs. Where'd I put that? This guy runs on here. So that's got to be kind of free to push up and down, right? And that when you push your clutch in, it pushes, you push that in, and then that activates the, well, squeezes the little pawls on the clutch and then releases the clutch off the disc, or the disc off the, you know what I mean, that thingy off that thingy, and and there's the little springs that hold all that tension on there too. So we've got a bunch of cleaning up to do here. This I'm going to hit it with some emery paper, and then probably, I don't know what to do with the gear. I'll see if I can maybe just get in there with some light paper and sand it. And then when I go to sandblast this, I'm going to tape it all up real good. I'll just sandblast the whole rod and everything down here. Nice and clean and smooth, hopefully. So let's get you in the vise here, I guess, and we'll clean up that sealing on the shaft there. Alright, let's put this guy in here. Put a little towel around them just to protect them a little bit too. Yeah, very rough in the lathe or whatever they had. You can see the scuff marks on it there. Almost out of emery paper too. That's not good. I'll have to get some more of that. We're just gonna shine this up a little bit. And hopefully the new seal will seal all right to there. Ooh, that's shining up pretty nice. Can you guys see? Can't really see that side, can you? Let's move you over here. All right. So it's all rough and crappy. This is about a 120 paper. That's not too bad there. I don't think it's going to have a problem sealing back onto that. Shiny and smooth. No nicks in it or scuffy marks. So that's good. This bearing, I don't know how the heck you'd actually get that off. There's one spot here though that's a bit rough. I don't know. If there was a lot more of it, I probably would have had to heat this up and get this thing off of here, but I think I'm going to run with it. So we're gonna get through. That's a bit not good there. We'll get this cleaned up, buffed up here nice. Oh, that's not too bad. And then I got another part of the Sherman I got to take off. It's a mount plate still in on the tractor. We're gonna go take it off too, I think, today and see what's in door number 3. Oh, that's nice. A little bit deeper here, but I think it'll be all right. Honestly, that shaft that was from the rear PTO, how bad it was, and it still hasn't leaked. I can't believe that. But I think if it's going to end up, because that shaft, it was all wore out and, you know, grooves and stuff, and it was terrible. It still hasn't leaked. That new seal we put in, so. But I think if it starts to leak, I'm just going to take that shaft out. Make a block plate there, just block that right off, because I'm not going to use the PTO on that anyways, so might as well just do that. Okay, I don't think we need to go a whole lot more there. That's pretty darn good. So, let's just measure this. It should be... Yeah, it didn't change much, so that's good. I just want to double check it on my millimeters, because I'm better with the millimeters than I am with the inch stuff. So we've got that 35 mil right on. Bang on. And if we look, let me just pull it up here on Steiner Tractor, I think it was. That's the seal there. Can you see that? A little seal? I don't know. It's pretty bright, isn't it? Turn the brightness down a bit. That's the seal there. And yeah, 1.375 and 2-inch OD. 3.3. I got a new caliper coming actually. It does all three. It does fractions, inches, and millimeters. So I'm like, ooh, that's pretty handy. But it's, I guess it's maybe back ordered. I don't know. Well, that's not too bad there. I'm pretty happy with that. Now, this is pretty important down here too. Get to the position here where the pilot bearing goes into the flywheel here. Ooh. That's going to need some lots of work. Oh, that's not so bad. She's shining up pretty good. And yeah, I gotta get a seal, and there's a gasket for this housing here that I'll either have to make or get one. Might be tricky making that one, but I'm sure I can figure out something. I don't have like, that's a certain size of gasket too, there, a certain thickness. You put too much there, it's gonna change the difference of where those two gears meet inside the tractor, and on the end of this shaft here, it'll kind of change that a little bit, so you don't want to get the wrong size in there. I've got gasket material, yeah, somewhere here, and it's the thicker sort of stuff. I think it's too thick for that, so I might just order everything right from them guys. There's no guessing. I don't have to go to the store. He's got to measure it all up, and at least I know that's the right one. And the only thing it's going to take probably 3 weeks to get here. So, ow. But this is the shaft that's wore out on the Sherman real bad. Right here, it's got that groove in it, and this one's good here actually. So. Oh, that's not so bad. Feels pretty good. Let's grab that pilot bearing, the new one. See how she fits over there. That's where she's going to have to mesh to. It's a new pilot. Oh, that's nice. That's really nice. Perfect. Perfect. All right, I'm pretty happy with that. And I guess I'm not really ready yet to change this throwout bearing, so I'll leave it in the package for now. But I gotta bash that thing out of there too. So, but yeah, see, this is really nice here. Let's get you off the TP here. You can see this one is pretty nice looking shaft. Well, let's go down to this one. You can see the wear in that one, so that's not so good. And I don't know why it did that. The only thing I can think of is it's loose inside of here, so it was flopping around inside of that thing for a while. But I don't know. We'll have to see. So those look good. I'm gonna have to clean up this, I guess, but I think I'm gonna just go with that with the sandblaster. But I'll tape up this whole other end here, so I don't hit it with that too much. I should probably put a little bit around that surface too. That part of the restoration, we'll see, you likely won't be able to see because I got to do that in my other shop where the sandblaster is. So, but that's good. That part looks good. And then this, we'll get this all cleaned up too, and get this race in here cleaned up. Boy, I don't know how you'd get that out of there. That must be quite a trick. Looks like they leave you a little slot there. You can maybe get something down in there, or some kind of hook puller thing, and then pull it out. I don't have a two-jawed puller like that, so I don't know. I'm just going to leave it though. It felt good. It's just got some grime on it from when I was cleaning it, but it just, you know, just needs cleaned up. So I think we'll just leave her as is. And then yeah, I'll get this all painted up too, probably black or something. And next time you see her, she should be awesome, ready to go on hopefully. But well, let's go into the tractor there, and we'll get the rest of that Sherman out. And that's the part that this being Sherman mounts to. So the other part's mounted onto the tractor in the same bolt pattern where these are, and then this bolts, of course, to that other thing. So that's how they did that. So it's too bad I can't reuse this, and you know, it was in better shape, but very expensive. Holy, $910 bucks. I think I've seen one for. I'm like, I'm not doing that. I'll just take it out and put a regular shaft back in her. But yeah, so there's the seal. I think I'm just going to order them from the Fix the Ford place. I mean, they got it all there. I could probably get it in town, but you know, I don't need it today. So yeah, and this guy too, I got to figure out how to get him out. I'm going to probably, I wonder if I could get away using, this is a seal driver kit. It's not really kind of meant for hard smashing on on bearings, let's say. That might work to get that out of there. I have to, I don't know, that or my press. It looks pretty good there. Well, we'll leave her for now though until I need it. I'll get that figured out. There we go. Okay, well, let's go into, I guess, the tractor here. We'll get that other part pulled out. All right, welcome inside the mess. There's a lot of mess in here. It's gonna take a lot of brake cleaner or something, some gasoline maybe. So this plate here is the one we gotta get off. That's actually what the Sherman mounts to. And I'm not 100% sure what's gonna have to happen here. This shaft comes off with it, or if I gotta take these, there's a set of clips on there, a clip on there that I might have to take off too. I don't know yet. But we'll start by taking this off, I guess. Oh, maybe. Oh, jumping. I really hope it's not bolted and nutted from the other side. I doubt it, but stranger things have happened. So it was leaking through this, I guess. I don't know if there's a seal in this too. Maybe that's not it. You never know. Well, they sure had them on there good. And I just hope I don't have to take this whole top thing off too. I'm gonna have to anyways, but I really, like the whole steering assembly, really didn't want to have to do that today. It's interesting, there's some metal plates that are in behind here. I'm kind of hoping these gears and this little shaft, whatever this is, kind of comes all out here as one assembly. I just don't know quite yet what's going to have to happen here. And get that off. Oh yeah, it might just come out of there. There's a bearing in there though. That's interesting. That bearing's really not good. Jumping, that is in there really tight. What have I missed? Did I miss anything? It might be just glued in there. Like, I'm not sure. It's kind of weird because this one is attached, but this one isn't. So I'm a little bit kind of wondering what's going on there. That's still on there pretty good. I need something to get under there to pry up, but I don't think I can get anything under there. Imagine this is got glued on with something there. I don't think it's attached from the back side at all anywhere else. Hope not anyways. Just how do we get that out of there now though? That's my question. Yeah, I need something like a hook thing that I get in there and just pry a bit on it. But it looks like that cover will come right off. I don't like how loose that is though. That's not right. That shaft is pretty wiggly in there. Okay, so how do I get that off now? Gotta be a trick. I can get something under it. Oh, that didn't seem to do much. They probably siliconed it down there too, I bet. Turds. Well, that's the best way to get under there now. Get something under there, pull out it, something small. Whoops! I think it's just glued on there. Gotta find somewhere better for our light to go here. I think it's glued on, but this is a good idea. With something there to rip at it. Unfortunately, that's not going to work down there. What else have I got that would work there? Could almost probably screw these screws in and push it off. I don't know if I'm going to have enough though. Yeah, no. Not going to be long enough for that. Holy jumping. Okay. Well, it's in there good. I'm gonna say she is in there good. What am I missing? I'm pretty sure the new one, the gear that's on that shaft goes right through where this one is, and then it mounts to the gear that's inside the tractor there. So I got to get this thing right off of here, and somehow this shaft must come out. Yeah, it's looser now that I've kind of arced that thing a little bit. Definitely looser, so you know what, I bet you they put some kind of silicone and gasket behind that thing. They probably got it spaced too much, and that's what made all that play in there. It's even worse now. Wow, how am I going to get something in there? Something that's strong enough to pull with too, right? What am I going to use for that? I'm going to have to look at my tools. Well, I didn't come up with much. I got my seal puller here, and this little guy, if I can maybe modify him, heat him up and bend him more. I had a thing. It was kind of like this. More like a bar though, that had like a hook on it, kind of like this. Actually probably worked really good, but I think I threw it out because I bent it all up using it on something. This might, oh, there she goes. Look at that, that's all I needed. Just needed the seal puller kit. Let's see how floppy it is now. Oh yeah. Well, there was probably the whole problem with that whole thing, is they didn't install it right. There she goes. They didn't install it right. There she goes, that's what I was after. They didn't install it right, and they didn't have enough preload on this bearing here, because it was just flopping around, I think, for years there. And oh, there's a tooth broke out of there and everything. Look at that, probably because it was loose. Hope it's not broke out of the big one. Oh my goodness. All right, so I see, I'm gonna go grab that shaft, but I see something that looks like there. And I didn't know that was a real important part in the other thing here. So that's the other part of the Sherman. Broken tooth there, one anyways. Yeah. So that oil was getting through this side, through this. There's no seal anywhere in here. And I think there should have been right there. Yeah, I can't get this off of here. I think there should have been a seal in there. Right in here, there should have been a sealing on this shaft here. Dirty buggers. Bet you that's why she leaked. Isn't that awful? Anyways, I just want to go get the other shaft, and I want to compare this cup here because I think it's got a right inside of that bearing inside of there. I didn't kind of really realize that. Let me go grab that other shaft here. And that seal pillar worked pretty good, didn't it? There we go. Another handy tool. And yeah, let me go grab that other shaft. I just want to do a kind of a test fit, if you will. I think I need a better towel too. This one's getting pretty close. But yeah, I'll have to order the gasket for in here too, so she doesn't leak again. Oh, don't need it leaking more. But I don't know, can you see inside of there what we got in there now? Let's get you. Ooh, I'm pretty dirty. I don't want to get that all over the camera. Hang on a sec here. All right, so you can see the bearing in there. And then there's a drive gear there. And then that housing mounts to there, and then all that shaft. That's pretty sophisticated back then, you know, to get the power from the clutch back into the transmission here. So yes, I do now see that this end of the gear is actually a bearing cup. So that'll have to be cleaned up pretty good too. I'll probably just give that a real light sandblast, or maybe just sand it off like we did these other ones. But I want to give her a trial fit here, make sure everything's good and good there, without this tube, of course. But see, that doesn't seem right. I think that's supposed to be that gear's yeah, this isn't right. Oh no. This gear's like a square cut gear, and that one's a beveled gear in there. Yeah, this isn't gonna work. Darn it. See, this one's, see the difference here, so I'm gonna have to, oh my goodness, there's a super huge setback right now, because this is all one machined piece, I believe. Oh, that's not good. I was kind of looking at that too, I'm like, you know what, I don't think that's gonna work. And nope. Well, that's too bad, because I don't believe that this shaft is, I don't think you can get that gear off. I think it's part of the shaft, actually. Well, isn't that awful? Yeah, this one's got a big chip out of her here. Well, that's not so good. But you can definitely see the twist in that, right? The twisty gear. So that's not so good. I'm gonna have to get a hold of him, I guess. Let's see if he's got another shaft over there and another drive over there, I guess. It's quite a piece over too, so. Oh man. Well, isn't that crappy? To do there. That's I don't even know if that's the right size of gear in there. It must be a smaller gear too, because... Yep, that's not gonna work well. That's a setback drawback right there, darn it. All right, so I emailed him. Good thing I cleaned all this up real nice. Maybe it'd be worth more money if I sell it back to him now. That'd be nice. Oh man, hope that the next one's just as good as this, because this bearing was pretty good actually. The next one I'll get, it'll probably be all rusted to crap and I'll have to try to get it off. Start cutting her, I guess, and bust her off. Press on a new one. If you can even get it, I guess I should be able to get it. I had no idea that was a bearing race in there though, that rides on that bearing on the inside there. That's good and tight feeling. That's good. Although there's a lot of play in there. Oh my God. How much play are we going to find in this thing? Wow, I don't know if that's supposed to be doing that. Yeah, look at the oil coming up there already, pumping up and right out this hole. That might tighten up once we get everything smushed together there. I think it'll be all right. I'm not too concerned about that. It's just kind of loose because there's nothing supporting it up the front there, so of course it's going to have play, right? But, well, I hope he has this new shaft. I guess that's about as far as I can go now. With that part, anyways, the only other thing I can do is start working and cleaning up this this side. And I've got a bit cleaned here, but I got there's a pile of metal shavings in here from the gear and the ring gear and the starter. So I got her kind of cleaned up with a bit of brake cleaner, but I have to get in here with some either a vacuum and clean up all the chips, or maybe some air or something. There is a couple of, I don't know what these were. It's sort of rubbery feeling, like gasket or something. But yeah, we could at least get this side cleaned up and going, maybe. But I don't know if I'll do that today or not. There's definitely a bunch of muck in there, though. Oh, I really hope he can get this part for me. He's pretty good. Like I say, he's got a whole pile of stuff over there. It's just phenomenal. But I did send him a picture of it, and he picked the one that says the 9N on it, right? And I don't think, I think the 9Ns maybe had the square cut gears. They didn't have the bevel gears like that. Yeah, I'll get the vacuum maybe in here. I got her pretty well degreased the other day, get all the junk off it, but I guess that's about as far as we can go with that for now. That'll be our next thing, is get that cleaned up. I got the flywheel cleaned up. It's actually pretty good. Kind of ready to go back on here whenever, but this will need a bit more cleaning here and there though, and more fun. Just love it. But anyways, I guess that's it for today. It's about as far as we can go. Darn it. Darn it. Could have got that all back together. Oh well. I gotta get a seal order, all that, I guess, from the fix that Ford. I'll get all that from down there, and go from there. So it'll be probably a few days till I hear from them. I'll probably end up having to call them. They're about 3 days after you send an email till they get back to you. So they're busy down there. Like, you know, like I was saying, when I was down there, we were standing there talking to him, and the phone rang 3 times, and he just let it go to the machine. I'm like, oh, I just think you'd want to answer that, but okay. All right. So anyways, I guess that's it for today. This will be our next job, is cleaning this guy up, putting the ring gear on the flywheel. But I might just kind of hold off a little bit, maybe until I can hear back from him on what we're going to have to do with this side, because that's going to definitely change a few things. If he can't get that, boy oh boy, I don't know where I'll end up having to try to find to source that shaft from. But even the Fix That Ford side, they don't have anything like that. Nothing like that. I guess that's something that should never have wore out, right? But it does, unfortunately. So anyways, we'll catch you all later. Thanks again for watching. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the working on the old tractor. It's pretty fun. And I guess next we'll try to install a ring gear onto that flywheel. Get this all mounted, cleaned up, mounted back in here, and get the clutch on, ready to smush back together once we get this other side going and cleaned up over here too. Anyways, catch you all then. Thanks again for watching, and you guys have a good day.